dealership in Texas charged a woman $1,400 to fix a car problem that took a mechanic 3 hours to diagnose. She paid every cent. Then her neighbor used a free AI tool on the exact same car model with the exact same symptoms. It took 11 minutes. The AI identified the problem correctly. The fix cost her $82 at a parts store. Same problem, same car, $1,318 difference. That is not a coincidence. That is the future of car ownership knocking on your door. And by the time this video is over, you are going to understand exactly what is coming, why it matters to you right now, and how to be on the right side of it before 2030 arrives. Welcome back to Smart AI Mechanic. If you are new here, this is the channel where regular car owners learn how to use artificial intelligence to stop getting overcharged, outsmart expensive repairs, and take control of their car without needing a degree in engineering. Today we're tackling the biggest question in the automotive world right now. Will AI replace mechanics by 2030? We're going to break this down honestly. No hype, no fear, just facts, real examples, and practical advice you can use today. Here's what we are covering. First, what AI can already do inside your car right now. Second, the 3 areas where AI is going to completely change how repairs work. Third, what mechanics themselves are saying about this shift. Fourth, the skills gap that is quietly putting dealerships in danger. Fifth, what this means for your wallet between now and 2030. And we have a bonus tip at the end that most car owners never think about until it is too late. Stay until the end. This one genuinely matters. Point number 1. What AI can already do inside your car right now. Let us start with what is already happening. Most people think AI in cars is about self-driving vehicles. That is the flashy story the news loves to tell. But the quieter revolution is already sitting in your driveway. If your car was built after 2010, it has a system called OBD2. That stands for Onboard Diagnostics, second generation. This system is basically your car's internal journal. Every single time something feels off, every sensor reading, every hesitation, every small electrical blip, your car writes it down. Most owners never read it. They just wait for the check engine light to turn on. By the time that light comes on, the problem has usually been building for weeks. Here is the thing that changes everything. AI tools can now plug into that OBD2 port, read all of that data in real time, and cross-reference it against millions of repair records from the same make and model. Not hundreds of records, millions. A mechanic with 30 years of experience has maybe seen a few thousand cars in his lifetime. An AI diagnostic tool has processed more repair patterns than any human could study in 10 lifetimes. My neighbor Marcus learned this the hard way. He had a 2015 Honda Accord that kept stalling at red lights. He took it to 3 different shops over 4 months. The first shop replaced the air filter, charged him $120. The second shop replaced the idle air control valve, and charged him $260. The car kept stalling. The third shop wanted to replace the throttle body. The estimate was over $500. Marcus was exhausted and frustrated. His son told him to try an AI diagnostic app before spending another $1. Marcus plugged in a $30 OBD reader, ran the AI scan, and within minutes the tool flagged a vacuum leak pattern that was causing an irregular idle, specifically a cracked intake manifold gasket. The AI showed him the exact sensor readings that pointed to it, cross-referenced the same pattern in thousands of other Accords, and even told him the typical repair cost range. The gasket replacement cost him $140 at an independent shop who confirmed the diagnosis immediately. 4 months of frustration. $400 wasted at other shops. Solved in 1 afternoon with a $30 tool and a free AI app. That is what AI can already do right now. not in 2030, none today. Estimated savings for Marcus, over $350 on top of all the time and stress. Point number 2, the 3 areas where AI will change everything by 2030. Now let us talk about where this is heading. There are 3 specific areas where AI is going to transform how repairs work. The first is predictive maintenance. Right now, most people fix things after they break. That is called reactive maintenance. It is the most expensive way to own a car. AI is moving the industry toward predictive maintenance. That means your car will tell you something is about to fail before it actually fails. Imagine getting a notification on your phone that says, "Your front left wheel bearing is showing early wear patterns." Based on your driving habits, you have approximately 4 to 6 weeks before this becomes a safety issue. The average repair cost now is $280. If the bearing fully fails, the total damage could reach $900 or more. That notification gives you time to shop around, schedule at your convenience, and avoid the emergency breakdown scenario. Companies like Bosch, Continental, and several Silicon Valley startups are already building these systems into newer vehicles. By 2027, industry analysts expect predictive AI alerts to be standard in most new car models sold in North America and Europe. The second area is remote AI diagnostics. And this is where a technician does not even need to be in the same room as your car. Your car's data is transmitted to an AI platform in the cloud. The AI analyzes it, identifies the fault, and a certified technician reviews the AI's findings remotely. Some manufacturers are already doing versions of this. Tesla has been doing over-the-air diagnostics for years. Ford's FordPass app gives some diagnostic data to owners directly. But by 2030, this is expected to become industry-wide. Think about what that means for you. You wake up. Your car tells you there is a fault developing. A remote technician confirms it via AI analysis by noon. You go to the shop that afternoon already knowing exactly what part is needed. No 3-hour diagnostic fee. No guessing. No unnecessary replacements. The third area is parts and labor pricing transparency. Right now, one of the biggest advantages a dealership or shop has over you is information. They know what the part costs at wholesale. You do not. They know how long the repair actually takes. You do not. AI is destroying that information gap. AI-powered platforms can now tell you what the same repair costs across every shop within 20 miles of your home, what the average labor time should be, what the part costs at 5 different suppliers, and whether the price you are being quoted is fair, low, or a ripoff. My colleague's wife used one of these AI pricing tools last year. She brought her 2018 Toyota Camry to a dealership for a brake job. The dealership quoted her $1,080 for 4 rotors and brake pads. She ran the quote through an AI pricing platform before agreeing. The AI showed her that the average cost for that exact repair on that exact car in her city was between $380 and $460 at independent shops. She thanked the service advisor, walked out, and booked the repair at an independent shop for $420. She saved $660 in one afternoon just by having the right information. That is not luck. That is AI giving regular people the same knowledge professionals have always kept to themselves. Point number 3. What mechanics themselves are saying about this shift. Here is where it gets really interesting. A lot of people assume mechanics are scared of AI, and the reality is more complicated than that. The honest, skilled mechanics are not scared at all. They are excited. Here is why. A good mechanic's biggest frustration is time spent chasing ghosts. Intermittent electrical faults, weird noises that only happen on cold mornings, transmission hesitations that disappear the moment the car enters the shop. These problems can eat up hours of diagnostic time. And under the current flat rate pay system, if a mechanic spends 4 hours diagnosing a tricky electrical fault, but the job only pays for 2 hours, the mechanic eats that loss. AI dramatically reduces that ghost-chasing time. Skilled mechanics who are already embracing AI tools are reporting that their diagnostic accuracy is going up and their time spent on guesswork is going down. That means more cars fixed correctly the first time, more satisfied customers, more repeat business. Who is actually nervous? Why the shops and dealerships that have relied on information gatekeeping as a business model? The ones who mark up parts 300% and assume customers will never know. The service writers who recommend unnecessary repairs to hit a monthly quota. Those business models are being slowly dismantled by AI transparency tools. By 2030, the automotive repair industry is going to look more like the airline industry after online booking was invented. Before online booking, travel agents had all the power. They knew the prices. You did not. Then the internet happened. Prices became transparent. Travel agents who adapted to the new model survived. Many who did not disappeared. The same thing is coming for automotive repair. Point number 4. The skills gap that is quietly putting dealerships in danger. Here is something that almost nobody is talking about. There is a mechanic shortage happening right now. The average age of a working automotive technician in the United States is currently over 44 years old. Trade school enrollment for automotive programs has been declining for over a decade. The industry is estimated to be short over 75,000 qualified technicians right now. And modern cars are getting more complex every single year. Electric vehicles have entirely different service requirements than combustion engines. Advanced driver assistance systems, like lane keeping and automatic emergency braking, require specialized calibration tools that cost tens of thousands of dollars. Many smaller shops simply cannot afford them. This skills gap is one of the biggest reasons AI investment in diagnostics is accelerating so fast. Car manufacturers and large dealer groups know that they cannot hire enough human experts to keep up with demand. AI fills that gap. An AI diagnostic system does not call in sick, it does not retire. It does not need years of training to recognize a pattern. It gets smarter every single day as more data flows into it. This means the dealerships and shops that invest in AI tools are going to pull further and further ahead of those that do not. For you as a car owner, here is the practical takeaway. Start asking the shops you use whether they use digital vehicle health reports. Ask them if they provide AI-assisted diagnostic summaries with their estimates. The good shops are already doing this or are planning to. If a shop looks at you blankly when you ask those questions, that tells you something important about how they operate. Point number 5. What this means for your wallet between now and 2030. Let us get into the numbers because this is ultimately about money. The average American spends between $700 and over $1,000 per year on car repairs and maintenance outside of fuel. A significant portion of that is wasted on misdiagnoses, unnecessary repairs, and inflated labor charges. Some industry researchers estimate that American car owners collectively overpay by billions of dollars every single year on automotive services. Here's how AI is going to chip away at that number over the next 5 years. Fewer misdiagnoses means fewer unnecessary parts replacements. Predictive maintenance means catching problems when they are small and cheap, not when they have cascaded into big, expensive failures. Pricing transparency means paying fair market rates instead of whatever the service advisor thinks they can charge. Remote diagnostics means not paying a shop's diagnostic fee just to find out what is wrong. On average, a car owner who actively uses AI diagnostic and pricing tools could realistically save between $200 and $600 per year compared to an owner who does none of this. Over 5 years, that is $1,000 to $3,000 staying in your pocket. Over the life of a car you plan to drive for 10 years, you are looking at potential savings of $2,000 to $6,000 or more. That is not a minor convenience. That is a meaningful difference in your financial life. Now here is the bonus tip I promised you at the beginning, and this one genuinely surprises people. Most car owners know about the check engine light, but almost nobody uses something called a freeze frame scan. Here is what that means. When your check engine light comes on, your OBD2 system does not just log a fault code, it also captures a snapshot of all the engine sensor data at the exact moment the problem was detected. That snapshot is called a freeze frame. It records things like engine speed, throttle position, fuel trim, coolant temperature, and vehicle speed at the moment of the fault. That data is incredibly valuable. An AI diagnostic tool can analyze the freeze frame data alongside the fault code and give you a much more precise diagnosis than just reading the code alone. Two cars can throw the exact same check engine code for two completely different reasons. The freeze frame data is what tells you which reason applies to your car. Most car owners, and honestly many basic code readers at auto parts stores, never look at the freeze frame. They just read the code, clear it, and hope for the best. A good AI diagnostic app will analyze both the code and the freeze frame together. That is the difference between a rough guess and a targeted, accurate diagnosis. Next time your check engine light comes on, do not just read the code. Pull the freeze frame data too. It could save you from paying for the wrong repair. So let us bring this all together. Will AI replace mechanics by 2030? The honest answer is no. Not completely. Hands-on mechanical work still requires skilled humans, which someone still needs to physically remove a transmission, replace a timing chain, or calibrate a safety sensor. But here is what AI is already replacing. It is replacing the information gap that has allowed the industry to overcharge customers for decades. It is replacing the guesswork that leads to misdiagnoses. It is replacing the pricing secrecy that has made car repair feel like a mystery. And it is replacing the reactive break and fix model with a smarter, high-predictive approach that saves you money before problems even start. The car owners who understand this shift and start using these tools now are going to be miles ahead by the time 2030 arrives. The ones who wait are going to keep overpaying. The choice is genuinely that simple. Here is your action list for this week. Pick up an OBD2 Bluetooth reader. Most good ones cost between $25 and $50. Download an AI diagnostic app that reads freeze frame data, not just fault codes. Before your next repair, run the estimate through an AI pricing tool to see if what you are being quoted is fair. That is it, 3 steps. Potentially thousands of dollars saved over time. If this video gave you value today, hit that like button. It costs you nothing, and it helps this channel reach more everyday car owners who deserve this information. Subscribe if you want to stay ahead of what is coming in the automotive world. And drop a comment below telling me this. Have you ever been overcharged for a car repair that you found out later was unnecessary? I read every single comment. Let me know your story. And remember this as you drive away today. The most expensive part on your car is not the engine. It is not the transmission. It is the information you did not have when you walked into that shop. AI is changing that. And now, so are you.